Welcome. Would you all please stand as we welcome the class of 2024? 25.
Please be seated. Benchmark families, friends, fellow faculty members, members of the Board of Trustees, alumni, underclassmen, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2025. Just keep it ready for photos, you'll be fine. Welcome to commencement exercises for 29 remarkable young learners. For the third year, I will focus my opening remarks not on one general message to the entire 8th grade class. Instead, in the spirit of Benchmark's commitment to each individual and to honor the memory of a late mentor of mine who 23 years ago taught me just how important seeing the uniqueness of each student is, I've instead written a short poem to pay tribute to each individual graduate. It's my way of saying congrats and thank you. If you'd like to follow along in the program, we will go alphabetically. Natalie Andres, the first on our list, spending lots of free time in school on Pinterest. A gifted actor in our musical, belting notes on stage, and often a gymnast. Her back tucks and dismounts all the rage. To Downingtown High she'll head, all the tools she'll need, meeting each challenge with confidence, and every expectation she'll exceed. Solomon Anyon is next in line. Among his many talents, a special gift for graphic design, and a moral compass that always points north. His qualities do not end there. Challenge him in video games or basketball, a smart person wouldn't dare. His quiet humility, a quality envied by all. Take it with you and shine at AIM in the fall. It's no surprise how much Anna Cheshire loves to read, but preserve a bookmark for 3 straight years, we should all take heed. Her relentless courage has nary a peer, tackling the musical and whitewater rafting just this year. DV friends will soon get to see what we already do. There's nothing she can't accomplish that she sets her mind to. Ben Dershowitz showed on field day he's fast as a gazelle. A competitor in basketball and soccer, it surely served him well. But can we talk about his sports teams? Too much Eagles for me. Yet he never rubs it in, which speaks to how kind he always strives to be. Empathetic deep down, with only occasional mayhem, one thing is clear, Shipley has landed a gem. Maggie Frasca is quite accomplished in ballet. Like the great Anna Pavlova, she lands a pirouette and plie. She's also a house captain, leading proudly the blue, but too soon she graduates to see our 20-step handshake renew. A bright future ahead, not worried in the least, ready to kick down doors and thrive at Westchester East. Some people know her by her given name, Faith Green, but the real ones know she's the TikTok queen. Talking makeup and filming dances, creating content at light speed, should not overshadow how much she's grown to love a good read. Book club with Miss Datner surely won't be the same. International Christian High, prepare for your next entry into the Hall of Fame. Cameron Cassius graduates today as he continues ascending. Perhaps a chef in the making, cooking with Dad, time worth spending. Then, with a full belly, he'll attack you on the pitch or solve a complex math problem without even a hitch. With a growing list of skills, a gator he'll soon convert. How proud we are of who he's become. Saying goodbye does hurt. And now on to Brooks Langford. The kid can do it all. Whether it's hockey or soccer or fishing or b-ball, the list grows by the minute, of which he should boast. But to us at Benchmark, it's his caring spirit that swelled the most. As he charts his own path at Perkiomen very soon, carry that kindness for all, and a bright future will bloom. Sophia Mac Love might be the biggest Swiftie. How she knows all the lyrics and lore, it's remarkably nifty. Known to classmates as smart and never mean, a peer last week said she was awesome and innovative on her Rube Goldberg machine. Off to DV friends in the fall, she'll bring her fashion and mascara. From one Swiftie to another, I hope you enjoy your graduation era. Graydon Micah can fly by you on the ice and punish you against the boards, then apologize because he's so darn nice. Last week in bombardment, he took a pause to hug little sister, proving he is class and caring all the way, not just a slapshot or wrister. To Devon Prep he heads, armed and ready to go. What an example he set as an exceptional big bro. It's faster to ask Kelsey McGowan what she doesn't do. Leader in soccer and greenhouse captain too. She is determined and fierce, competes harder than most. She's also a talented singer, a musical side she does boast. A great buddy to lower school kids. This list is getting long. Delaware County Christian knows it too. What a gifted kid they've taken on. Alex Migliori, or Miggs as they say, is a finely tuned athlete, rowing crew every day. He's also a leader in school, greenhouse captain to note. He'd arrive from Wilmington every day, and never late, he'd gloat. But it's to Salesianum in the fall, a much quicker drive, incredibly prepared for all that comes next. There's no doubt he'll thrive. Greet you with a smile, Miranda Napoli just may. Off the bus she bounds, wishing everyone a great day. But don't let her kindness fool you. She's vicious in thumb war. For 2 years we've battled, and I simply can't win anymore. Irish dance and lacrosse, her interests never ceased. Make sure to get involved and work hard at Westchester East. Abby O'Flynn is a field hockey stud, a top U.S. goalie. She'll best you on turf or in the mud. But it's that drive in her now that shines so bright. There isn't a task she encounters with even a tinge of fright. As she continues to advocate and grow, a star at Delaware Valley Friends she'll be, this much I know. Carter Paul was on my raft in the 8th grade whitewater trip, and it's some kind of miracle that our boat didn't flip. This man of the people loves a good night at Dave & Buster's. Mr. Bowles says mentor group without him is beyond lackluster. Kidding aside, this young man continues to grow. Keep up the hard work, and accolades at DV will surely flow. Penelope Prinbeck has wisdom beyond her years. She thinks deeply about most things and feels even deeper for her peers. In the musical, she was the Jabberwock, fierce and absurd. Off the stage, she can be seen parsing through a book's every word. But it's her keen self-awareness and authenticity to boot that will unlock doors like it did as a top Friends Central recruit. Isabel Quinn wowed us with songs from Wicked Score. In our musicals, she defied gravity. With each note, fans begged for more. On the stage, it was confidence she had found, and off it, no surprise that friendships abound. Off to Bishop Shanahan, where I promise she's got what it takes. Be courageous, take chances, and remember, even Galinda made mistakes. Jack Ramage loves history and isn't ashamed to brag. He once created his own country with its own constitution and flag. He also loves baseball and bleeds Philly red. One would be amazed at the stats this kid keeps in his head. But it's his sense of humor and dedication that make everyone a fan. Malvern Prep is receiving a wonderful young man. When off the court, Ethan Rayfield loves to fish, but catch him on it, and he rebounds like Nikola Jokic. The girls call him group leader, always with affection. Never hesitates to look out for others or provide a team project with direction. Downeytown East is where he'll soon enroll. Whatever he pursues, he'll do with care and surely meet that goal. Sam Ryan can solve a Rubik's Cube in 10 seconds flat or put you in checkmate before you know where you're at. He can also glide by you with the greatest of ease. A champion swimmer, make breaststroke look like an ease, like a breeze. His real virtues, though, are his brains and his heart. It's no surprise that EA is where he'll soon get his start. Pursues most things with vigor and focus, does Josie Scott, but it's her deep friendships that happily fill her pot. She's grown immensely since her days roaming the lower school, even took on house captain, making the color orange look cool. Qualified for WB Saul High, and proud she should be. It's not every day you meet a talent like Josie. Levi Silk has hair, flair, shoes, and a style of his own, but it's his purple Baltimore Ravens colors for which he is best known. a talented football player outside of school, and here a loyal friend. A Bearing Witness Project Award showed the empathy to which he can attend. And now to Lower Marion, where he's got all the strategies one might need. Work hard, advocate, and success will come, undoubtedly, indeed. Please roast me, Maddie Saravo did ask, but to do so is too tough a task. To celebrate the dynamic actor and singer, a much simpler feat, starring in our musical, and even being paid by Walnut Street. What her teachers already know is what we hope she does see in herself. Is what we hope in herself she does see, that Conestoga has never met someone with her tenacity. Barrett Sly is a lifer here since second grade. It'll be much longer than that before his mark on us does fade. He does it all, from soccer to golf, and next year it's water polo and crew. On top of that, he's kind to all, a class act through and through. Now a Malvern Prep friar, where more success will come, nobody more proud than his dad and his mum. You cannot get this young man to stop reading, one Alex Solomon. He reads every word in detail, from cover to colophon. Beyond the pages, he does karate, is a scout, and loves science the best. A dazzling project on hydroponics wowed us all during Quest. To aim he heads, and this I must now stress, you've got all the tools, young man. Now go out and impress. A humble world traveler is Noelle Steele. To London and the wide world, she'll hop on a plane with zeal. She also loves kids. A future teacher could be her path. But we must first talk about skipping school to fly to the WNBA draft. Equipped for all that comes next in the Longhorn State where she'll soon be, no doubt Miss Wonderland will shed a tear or three. No poem about Evan Sweet would ever be complete that didn't mention Dot's pretzels as his favorite treat. An avid gamer and a sponge for random facts, constantly warning Miss Veacock of coffee's 20 negative impacts. A gifted writer of fiction and the most creative mind around, just hitting his stride as he's DV friends bound. E.J. Turner can hoop and speed by you on the pitch, but art is really where he's truly found his niche. His expression is profound through pen and brush stroke. Mrs. Fox agrees, strong emotions his work does evoke. Next year will bring change with a move to Tennessee, but nobody could be more ready. He's as capable as can be. Look up the word caring, and you'll see Joe Youngblood's face, the last on our list, a sentinel for good for this place. He'll checkmate your king in chess, rarely finish second, but it's the headless chickens drawn on classroom boards that will live on as legend. To Conestoga he goes as prepared as any. Not a question of if he'll succeed, but how often and how many. So there it is, my ode to the class of 25. The time to celebrate all their hard work has finally arrived. To our graduates, our faculty are so truly proud, and so are your biggest fans sitting behind you in the crowd. As you set forth on new journeys with new people in new hallways, please know that Benchmark is with you forever and always.
Good afternoon. That is a very hard act to follow, so bear with me here. My name is Ben Rogers, and I'm the current chairman of the Board of Trustees. And graduates, if you haven't already, watch out for the avalanche of advice you'll be receiving in the days, weeks, and years to come. Whatever you do, please be polite and show your appreciation for it, but secretly in your head, be sure to evaluate each piece of advice you receive carefully, especially if it comes from the chairman of the board of your middle school. I'm trying not to hypocritically give you advice about how to take these pearls of wisdom, but rather give you a few ideas of how you might evaluate each of these pieces of advice on its merits. First, does the advice you are receiving simply reflect the deliverer's choices? Does the person recommend doing what they did, Or perhaps doing the opposite of what they did? Is it the advice more about the person giving it to you, or is it more about you? Second, sometimes sayings that sound like good advice are not particularly helpful. For example, if someone tells you, "Those who hesitate are lost," when they are encouraging you to jump into something, might also say in an adjacent sentence, "Everything comes to ye who waits," when they are trying to get you to slow down. This method of advice I find particularly unhelpful. Third, my former boss, who is now retired, whom I worked with for 10 years, would often give me advice about my career. In a sort of backwards way, it was a compliment, but I soon noticed that all of his advice ended with the fact that I should stay working for him doing the same thing for a very long time. That wasn't really advice. It was him trying to convince me that the best thing for me would be to work for him for longer. He didn't care about my career. He cared about his workload. Watch out for that. Advice that seems self-serving. Fourth, some common sayings are often directionally correct, but when followed can have limited benefit. Sayings like, "Practice makes perfect." Well, if you were doing that skill, particularly doing it 1,000 more times, might not make it any better. To improve on that saying, some people say, "Perfect practice makes perfect." But I've always thought that makes even less sense. If I could perfectly practice a skill, aren't I more or less starting at the finish line? Think carefully about overweighing those common sayings. Fifth, two pearls of wisdom you hear often during this time of year are follow your passion, or figure out what you enjoy doing, and when you make a career out of that, you will never feel like you work a day of your life. That sounds like inspiring advice. I personally think it's a little frustrating. That when a billionaire philanthropist at a charity dinner that's trying to solve world hunger tells you to follow your dreams, but she made her billion selling industrial solvents, you can promise that she didn't grow up dreaming of solvents. It's much easier to follow your passions when you've already achieved success in another area. One piece of advice I found more helpful is to figure out what you are best at and follow that path and its particular skills. If you're really good at math or writing or debating, even if you don't love it, invest more of your time and energy into perfecting those skills. Don't ignore your gifts and merely follow your passions. The more you focus on developing your strengths, the more likely your passions will begin to overlap with your gifts. Benchmark has prepared you graduates to think, reflect, and self-advocate. You are ready. Congratulations on your achievement. Now it's time to make your mark. Now, we would like to share with you a video celebration of the year.
sponsored by the EA Sports Club. Sports, let's go! And they just heard that.
Well, that was certainly fun. Today, our distinguished alumni speaker is a perfect example of the best of the mentor program at Benchmark. He was assigned a mentor when he came to the middle school. That was me. I think we got along okay. I, helped him a little bit. But being the self-advocate that he is and being the aggressive person that he is, he went and found his perfect match in a mentor. Many of you have done the same thing. You found someone who you can talk to, who you can take advice from, and that's what mentoring is all about. And so today, I'm going to ask Miss Wonderland, who is Dan's chosen mentor, to come up and introduce him to you.
So Dan started at Benchmark School in September 2008. and quickly became what his lower school language arts teacher, Helen Lawrence, called the perfect example of how the program should and can be used. To put it the way Mrs. Riesinger did, Dan was a strategy sponge. For 4 years, Dan worked hard to understand his learning style and his potential. In his vision statement for his final reflection portfolio, yes, I still have it, Dan wrote, "I need to remember what my strategies are, and I can't be afraid to use them. Just because I learn differently doesn't mean it's wrong. I won't go back to worrying about who has already finished and who hasn't. This is my life, and I don't want other people controlling me." And that message stuck. Dan graduated from Benchmark in 2013 and became the first Benchmark student ever admitted to Salesianum School. There, he continued to practice what he learned about self-advocacy and taught the school what it means to have a learning difference and how to support a student with a learning difference properly. After Sally's, Dan went to Temple University, where he earned a BS in engineering with a concentration in mechanical engineering in 2021. Dan began his professional career as a lab assistant and quickly climbed the ladder to lead engineer, project manage intern, and now is a project engineer level 2 at Bastion Solutions in King of Prussia. Dan has worked on cooling systems for data center technology, designed a drone prototype, diagnosed and resolved complex issues in solar electrical systems, and he oversaw the design, risk assessment, and construction coordination for a $10 million robotic and conveyor integration project, just to name a few of the many projects he has been involved with. Along with all of his professional accomplishments, Dan continues to give back to the communities he's involved with, mentoring graduates to assist them as young professionals entering the workforce in his roles as project manager at Bastion Solutions and as the director of communications for Temple University Young Alumni Association, coordinating and engineering a design conference at Temple, volunteering in Honduras, Peru, and Mexico, and of course, being a valued speaker in videos and at meetings here at Benchmark, sharing his past expertise and his journey to get to where he is today. It is my great honor to introduce this year's distinguished alumni speaker, Mr. Daniel Santilleri.
Thank you so much, Megan. It still feels weird after all these years to be able to call you Megan, but now that I'm an adult, I get to say that. Good afternoon, everybody. Students, family, teachers, and staff. It's truly an honor to be standing here before you today. My name is Dan Santilleri, and I graduated from Benchmark in 2013. Even though more than a decade has passed, I can say with complete honesty that Benchmark has never stopped being a part of my life. This place, these halls, these fields, teachers, shaped me in ways I'm still discovering. Like many of you, I came to Benchmark with challenges that made learning in a traditional classroom feel overwhelming. In these classrooms, I was slowly falling behind, losing confidence, and mainly losing myself. I often felt like I had to work twice as hard just to keep up, and usually took longer to understand topics. My mom often recalls, as I'm sure many of the moms here, how often we come home just distraught and in tears. After discovering I have dyslexia, Benchmark became a beacon on the hill for me, a place where I was met with academic support and a wreath of different learning strategies. Most importantly, I found clarity, I rediscovered an excitement for learning, and found a home among people who finally understood me. Benchmark didn't just teach me how to learn, it taught me how I learn. That's a powerful difference. Here, I discovered the ways that my mind works, and that having a learning difference doesn't mean you're broken. It means you learn things differently, and sometimes with even more depth or a unique perspective that no one else could imagine. It means that you see things others don't. In a world that creative, unique, special things that make you you might just be things that allow you to reach your goals. After Benchmark, I went to a private school, Salesianum, where they were incorporating learning centers for the first time during my freshman year. To say the least, they didn't fully know what they were doing. From day one, I set up meetings with each of my teachers to discuss my learning styles and what I needed from them in order to be successful in their class. I I strongly recommend you guys do that. It was super helpful. Over the 4 years of high school, I helped develop their program, always referencing, well, Benchmark did it this way, and that seemed to work for them. Fast forward to college, the best 4 years of your life, right? As most people say. Depending on your major, that is. Following my father's footsteps, I wanted to be an engineer. I wanted to challenge myself with the most grueling 8 a.m. classes and late night study sessions. It was a major that required me to pull together all of my past knowledge and strategies to stay afloat. During Engineering 101, my professor encouraged everyone to look around the room and stated, 50% of the people in this room won't be here at graduation, and 60% will need a 5th year for engineering. I was determined not to be another statistic. If Benchmark taught me anything, it is that I shouldn't let anyone get in the way of fulfilling my dreams. To this day, I can recall the encouragement and support given by my teachers who rooted me every step of the way. With perseverance and determination, I overcame the challenges and graduated in 4 years, with a job lined up as an engineer for a robotics automation company, and I've been there since, designing countless projects for companies like Amazon, Dick's Sporting Goods, and Best Buy. But that's enough about me. To the graduates, right now you're feeling a mix of excitement and nervousness. That's completely normal. As you move through life, whether it's high school, college, your first job, the world can seem big, daunting place, and it won't always be easy or comfortable. But the foundation that you've built at Benchmark will take you far. Remember that your teachers, parents, and all the strategies that you've learned here, you are ready. You've spent years learning how to advocate for yourself, how to manage challenges, and how to problem solve, and how to bounce back. You've been given tools here, not just academic tools, but life ones. And those don't disappear after you graduate. They grow. So when high school feels scary or overwhelming, remember this. Benchmark is always home. This is your foundation. These people are your community. And you can always come back, whether it's for encouragement, perspective, or just to say hi. I'll leave you with this. Your learning differences is not your weakness. It's your story. It's your superpower. Own it. Use it. And never let anyone tell you that you are less because of it. Congratulations, class of 2025. We are all so proud of you.
Dan, on behalf of the entire Benchmark community, I want to thank you for those remarks and truly for representing the best of Benchmark in the wider world. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And now it is time to recognize the students of the class of 2025. Natalie Andrus. Solomon Anyon. Anna Cheshire. Benjamin Theodore Dershowitz. Maggie Elizabeth Frasca. Faith Olivia Green. Cameron Cassis. Brooks J. Langford. Sophia Florine MacLove. Graydon Micah. Kelsey McGowan. Alessandro Jude Migliori. Miranda Rose Napoli. Abigail O'Flynn. Carter Paul. Penelope Ray Prinbeck. Isabel Rose Quinn. Jack Ramage. Ethan Rayfield. Sam Ryan. Josephine Taylor Scott. Levi Daniel Silk. Madeline Saravo. Barrett Sly. Alexander Solomon. Noel Ari Steele. Evan Sweet. Eric Shane Turner Jr. Joseph Youngblood. Please join me in one more round of congratulations to the class of 2025. Congratulations, graduates. Today marks a significant moment. You are about to embark on a new voyage. Imagine your time at Benchmark as your strategic harbor. Here, in the safety of the protected waters of the Benchmark Harbor, you learn not just the basics of sailing or learning, but the art and science of strategic sailing. You learned how to read the winds of change, not just by feeling them, but by analyzing their patterns. You learned how to hoist your sails and catch the momentum of new ideas, and critically, you learned how to strategically plan your sail adjustments for maximum efficiency. You learned how to steer through choppy waters by breaking down challenges, anticipating obstacles, and developing strategies to overcome them. Now, you're ready to leave the safety of the Benchmark Harbor and head into the open sea of high school. This new ocean will offer countless directions, and it's up to you to strategically chart your own course. You'll encounter new islands of knowledge, unexpected storms of challenge, and calm waters of friendship. Embrace the knowledge you learned here. That knowledge of yourself as a learner, as you can't sail without that knowledge. You would just be drifting on a raft. Don't be afraid to adjust your sails, to change direction when needed, and to trust your instincts. Use the strategies and skills Benchmark taught you, and the self-knowledge you have developed through many reflections and your final portfolio to adjust your sails and catch the winds to success. The most exciting part of this journey is that you are the captain of your own ship, armed with the precise navigational skills to confidently sail into your future, charting a course for extraordinary success. And remember, even the most skilled captains rely on their crew and shore support. Your parents and families remain your steadfast anchors. Your new teachers in high school will be vital navigators. And we, your Benchmark family, will always be here, cheering you on from the shore. We can't wait to see the incredible destinations you reach. And now, we would like to invite any other alumni in the audience to join us at the front of the stage. Go on. I know there's some of you. Connor, you can't just sit there. As they're coming to the front, we would like to let our graduate families know that they are invited to take the graduate lawn signs lining the lane home after today's celebration. The class of 2025 and other graduates, as you reflect on your journey, remember that no captain sails alone. Your growth as both learners and individuals has been nurtured by many. Your dedicated teachers, supportive mentors, child and family support services staff, encouraging peers, and other valued members of our Benchmark community, all instrumental in helping you learn the ropes and chart your course through middle school. But above all, your parents have been your steadfast champions, truly the bedrock of your support system, like a solid lighthouse guiding you through the fog, or the reliable dock you always return to. Their commitment in bringing you to Benchmark and their unwavering support through the challenges and triumphs of your learning journey have been instrumental in your success as learners, thinkers, and problem solvers, ensuring your vessel was always prepared for the journey ahead. To the parents and caregivers of the class of 2025 and all alumni present today, please stand and remain standing as we acknowledge your invaluable contribution to your graduate success. To the class of 2025 and all alumni, the pink rose you hold is a symbol of love, gratitude, and deep appreciation. It is a physical reminder to acknowledge and thank your parents or caregivers for their commitment to bringing you to Benchmark School and for their steadfast support throughout your journey. Now please take this flower and present it to your parents or caregivers as a heartfelt expression of your thanks for their invaluable role in your life. Once you have done so, please return to your seats.
Just a reminder, before we recess, you are all invited to Box Hill for a celebration and refreshments after this. It is the house directly behind you, just up this little hill here. If you need assistance getting there, we've got some carts that can bring you up there as well. I also just want to quickly take a second to thank all the people that have helped out putting this lovely graduation together. There are so many, but it starts with our BPA for helping set up not only for this, but for all of the things that have led up to graduation in the last week or two. Our front office, Faith, Paul, and Rachel, our maintenance team, Drew, Tom, and Ryan, who often work so hard behind the scenes without a lot of recognition out here in the rain to make everything look as good as it can be. To Jamie and Lauren in the development office, and Steph and Alice in marketing, Mrs. Crowding and Mrs. Blackburn for the video that they put together and were able to share with you today. There are many, many others, and I'm just grateful for everyone helping to make this such a special day for these 29 young learners in front of you. So speaking of which, graduates, please rise. In tradition, as the faculty lead the recessional to then greet them on their way out of here one last time, let us congratulate the Benchmark School class of 2025.